Hey everybody, Yankee here again. I want to answer one more question about the February fundraiser for Fur Friends Animal Rescue. I forgot to cover it in my last video. People have been asking me about tax deductions because some people are donating a little bit of money. Some people are donating $100, $200, sometimes even more. I've had a couple people donate more than $200. And they're saying, how do I deduct this on my taxes? Well, that's easy. I want to go over this today and make it clear who can and who can't deduct stuff on their taxes. Now, when you give the money to me, I'm passing it straight through to the fundraiser, to the actual charity. So I'm not keeping it. I'm not claiming it. I just write it as a pass-through. The government gives me problems about that a lot and wants me to pay taxes on it. But in the end, they usually figure out what's going on. And here's why I don't claim it and pay taxes on it, because you should be deducting that if you make a big cash donation. Now, if you participate in this giveaway, let's say, for Fur Friends Animal Rescue, if you go over to tympistolproject.com, you'll see over there you can either buy merchandise or you can donate directly. Now, if you buy merchandise, you can't deduct that. You bought something. You got something in return. That's not a donation to a charity. I actually have to write that off. I have to say I got that money and I have to write it off because I sold a product. But if you just donate money, if you're one of those people that donates $100, $200, and there's been a couple people who donated even more, write that off on your taxes. Just say you donated it to Fur Friends Animal Rescue. If anything happens, you need audited or anything, I have records of it. I have records that you donated it, and it went straight to Fur Friends, and we can get you a receipt for that if you need one. You probably wouldn't need one unless you got audited. But if you are donating, like I said, $50, $100, or even more, yes, write that off. I don't write that off. I just pass it through. And like I said, the government tries to get me to pay taxes on it, but then I have to show them what's happening. Because the reason I do that is because if you did write it off, let's say you gave me $200 and you wrote it off to Fur Friends Animal Rescue. You said, I gave it to them. Well, if I recorded it and wrote it off too and said, I gave it to Fur Friends Animal Rescue, that looks like they got $400 and the government's going to come to them and say, why are you reporting half your income? So that's why I don't report it, because it gets really bad for them. It causes me problems. But if you're donating a large sum of money, not buying a product, then you should be deducting that on your taxes. So if you want a tax deduction, go on over to tympistolproject.com. There's a link in the upper corner of this video. Either buy yourself some merchandise if you don't care about deducting it, or just make a cash donation. And if that cash donation is of amount you want to write off on your taxes, make sure, just take a screenshot of it, write it off on your taxes, and then when you need proof, if they ever ask you for it, which they won't, I will provide it for you. So you will get your tax write-off. I don't want it to just go with no tax write-off, but remember, has to be just a cash donation if you're writing it off on your taxes. Merchandise, that doesn't work with. Either way, I know most of you aren't concerned about this, but just wanted to let people know. And I also want to remind everyone, we've only got like another day or two left. Today is the 28th, I believe, by the time you see this, and a couple of people have asked me to go to the to go to the 3rd so that they can pay with their new paychecks, because they don't get paid until then. They haven't been able to participate. So I am going to let it run to the 3rd, and then we're going to do the drawing on the 5th. You know, the friend drawing in my chat is on the 4th, and then the drawing for this will be on the 5th during my live chat. So come on over to the live chat. We do live chats every evening at 6 p.m. usually, except for Monday and Wednesday when it's at 5 p.m. So come on over to those any day you want. But like I said, if you want to participate in this fundraiser and you want a tax write-off, that's how you do it. And then if you want to know who won one of the silver bullets we're giving away, or the $1,000 gift certificate, come to the live chat on the 5th.